to the historic Carolina Theater, serving downtown Durham since 1926. Please take a moment to locate the emergency exit closest to your seat, which may be different from the entrance you used. Photography and recording of any kind are strictly prohibited. Please silence your cell phones and remember that texting and other phone activity can be disruptive to those around you. Performances at the Carolina Theater are made possible by the generous support of our STAR members, whose contributions help our nonprofit present concerts, comedy, and cinema in downtown Durham. We thank you for your support. Please enjoy the show.
Carolina Theater, are you ready for full throttle comedy? Make some noise! Oh, you can do better than that. Make some noise. Come on, Carolina Theater! All right, cell phones off. There's no heckling, no flash photography in the showroom. Without further ado, I'd like to bring your first comic of the evening. You've seen him on The Tonight Show. Put your hands together for Brian Swinehart!
Nice to be in North Carolina, man. Yeah. Woo. You guys survived the hurricane. Good for you. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for getting here on time. Appreciate that. Thank you right there, front row. Yeah. Well, I like North Carolina. This is my first time here. I'm not from here. I grew up in Ohio. Yeah, Ohio right there. Ohio's a great place, but we're not known for our women. That's how Ohio got its name, because you see her from far and then she gets close. Ohio. Now, I grew up in a little town. 2,000 people, one restaurant, we call it Subway. That's where you bring your date, and if you really like her, you buy her a cookie. Little town, 2,000 people. Then I moved to California. I made a friend. He grew up in Compton. So I'm from a town of 2,000 people. He's from Compton. His name is T. Reese. He weighs 400 pounds and goes by the name of T. Reese. My name, Brian Swinehart. He says to me, yo, dog, I don't know about your name, Brian Swinehart, that sounds country. You in LA now, you need a street name. You need to hip hop it up. You going by B. Swine. B. Swine, the other white meat. AKA BH1N1, mess with you, they get the flu. You B. Swine. I'm not a thug, but I could use a hug. My name is B. Swine. T. Reese, he even made me these shirts. They say swine time. Yeah, I'm selling them after the show, so come meet me in the lobby. It's great having a friend who grew up in a different culture. You know, I have a lot of different friends. One of my friends is a little person. He's a little person, but when I met him, I didn't know he was called a little person, because I come from a real kind of country town, and we're not necessarily politically correct. We had a little person in our school, but we never called him little person Jimmy. We called him midget Jimmy. And we had to call him that because there was another kid in our school named Jimmy. We had two Jimmys, midget Jimmy and regular Jimmy. Even our parents, not politically correct, and I'd come home from school, Mom, I'm going to Jimmy's house. Which one, regular or midget? Midget, well, you got homework to do. You can only stay for a short time. Get it? Yeah, Mom, I get it. I'm going to grow up to be a comedian. I get it. This is great. My mom is wonderful. My mom is a very sentimental woman, though. She won't throw anything away. She keeps everything. Everything is valuable to her. I think it makes her house look like clutter, so I start throwing stuff out. This makes her angry. Did you throw away that drawing you drew in the 3rd grade? Yes, Mom, I did. Well, I was saving that. Why, Mom? I can draw the same thing now. It will look exactly the same. I haven't improved. Yeah, man. My mom won't get rid of anything, man. She hangs on to everything. I miss my grandma. When my grandma died, my mom had my grandma frozen. Yeah, true story. Froze grandma. Okay? Cryogenics. Okay? To hope that she could bring grandma back one day. I said, Mom, that's crazy. Why did you freeze grandma? She wore sweaters in August. Makes no sense. Plus, grandma was 89 years old. What are you going to do? Bring her back? I'm alive. I'm dead again. Makes no sense. I asked Mom, hey, Mom, what do you think happened to grandma when she died? Why, she went to heaven. Well, this makes no sense. There's grandma. She's in heaven. She's eating grapes with Jesus. Grandma is frozen in a warehouse in Detroit. So you're taking grandma from heaven to hell. Makes no sense, man. And it cost over $50,000 to freeze grandma. Over $50,000. I said, Mom, that's ridiculous. I know this guy named Pedro. He'll freeze a body, $5 grand, no questions asked. They don't even have to be dead. Then there's my dad. I got my last name from my dad, okay? Swinehart. That's a German name. People sometimes ask me if it's a stage name. No, it's not a stage name. If I were to create a stage name, I would never choose a German name. I would Jew it up. Swinefeld. My agent told me to change my name. My agent told me to drop the swine, keep the heart. And I thought about doing that because my cousin Kevin did that. He's a comedian also. He's from the short side of the family. I love that guy. Yeah, had a German name. I actually went overseas last year to perform for the troops. And one of the places we went was Germany. And I thought Germany was going to be a big country. Turns out Germany is a very small country. Germany is only the size of Oregon, which is crazy to me because Germany tried to take over the world. And Oregon can't even beat Stanford. We also went to London, England. I wanted to meet the Queen because I like old chicks. Especially rich ones with palaces. So we went to Buckingham Palace, and there's a tour guide working out front, and I go up to him and I said, hey man, is the Queen around? You can't meet the Queen. I said, oh, that sucks, dude. But what about those guys with the big funny hats? Are they around? Over there. So I looked, over there. And there they were, the guys with the big funny hats. I said, hey man, what do you call those guys? Why, we call them soldiers. Wait, you call them soldiers? Where I'm from, we call them the Nutcracker. 2-hour waste of time every Christmas. No wonder we beat you in the Revolutionary War. Yeah, man. Before we go on, I want to share something with you guys. I don't know if you guys can tell, it's kind of dark in here, but I lost part of these 2 fingers. Okay, I lost part of these 2 fingers. And people are always telling me, well, it's just the tip. But every guy knows the tip is the most important part. This guy's clapping particularly hard. He understands. He gets it. He gets it. He gets it. Yeah, man, it's like, I know it's dark in here and there's a lot of people, so if you do want a closer look at my fingers, come see me after the show. I only charge $5 for that. But, you know, when you go through a kind of an accident or traumatic event, you got to think about the positives, right? You got to think about all the positives. Like now, I can commit much more crime. No fingerprints. I'm getting away with all kinds of stuff. And this just happened over the 4th of July holiday. And I hate telling people that because they automatically assume I did something stupid with fireworks. I didn't. I did something stupid with a jet ski. Okay? I'm on the back of a boat. They're towing a jet ski. The rope gets loose, flies back to the back. I go to grab the rope. My fingers get caught between the rope and the seat, slices them off. Yeah, hilarious, I know. And I'm like blood gushing out my fingers like a Tarantino movie. Just gushing, right? Gushing everywhere. I'm screaming, I lost my fingers, I lost my fingers. And my cousin says, are you sure? Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure. I've had the same fingers for 38 years. They didn't look like this when I got on the boat. I'm tipless. Man, get to land. We get to land finally, and there's a lady on a golf cart. She's gonna give me a ride to the street. I get on her golf cart, and she yells to her friend, "Hey Betsy, throw me a beer." And she wants a beer right now? Throw me a whiskey. This shit hurts. Man, it was painful, and I was embarrassed. You know, I got to the emergency room, and I felt really stupid for going to grab the rope, and the doctor told me, don't feel stupid. It was a natural reaction. It was an athletic reaction. Most people would have done the same thing. And I am an athletic guy. I played sports all through school, which goes to show my mom was right. Instead of being outside playing, I should have been inside reading. That way when the rope came at me, I would have been smart and jumped out the way. So I'm in the emergency room. I had never felt pain like this. It was the most pain I'd ever felt. I'm cussing, I'm screaming. The doctor is trying to calm me down by doing small talk. He says to me, "So I hear you're a comedian." "Yes, Doc, I'm a comedian." "Well, say something funny." "Doc, I'm sure there's something funny about this situation. I just can't put my finger on it." Please get to the task at hand. This hurts. People have asked me, how can you joke about such a serious topic? And I'm like, I have to. I'm a stand-up comedian, and I can no longer fall back on my career as a hand model. Those days are done. And I was a hand double. I've been a hand double in several different movies. You can look it up on IMDb. I was a hand double and a stand-in in movies. And I was a stand-in for an actor named Matthew McConaughey. Okay, yeah, yep. And I was his stand-in. Job of a stand-in is you stand there and you mimic the main actor while they set up the lights and the camera. Okay, so working for McConaughey is a very easy job because he's the easiest actor to mimic. You just walk around all day long. All right. Where do I stand? Shirt on or off? Hey. So we were filming by the beach. We got done early. Now, I always carry flyers with me to promote the comedy shows. What you do, you see a cute girl, you give her a flyer, then you follow her a couple blocks. See what trash can she throws it in. Then you dig it out and reuse it. I'm going green. Same flyer for 3 years. Same joke for 5. So I got my flyers on me, we're at the beach, I see this girl, I give her a flyer. Who goes running down the beach getting his 5 hours of daily cardio? McConaughey. He's just running down the beach. So I wave to him, he waves back, I see him the next day at work. Hey man, I see you talking to a woman and a dog. Was that your girlfriend? I said, no man, I just like to go out every day and make approaches. Well, you got to approach. You got to go out there and approach. Then you got to cultivate a relationship. You water one here, you water one here, you water one here. A few might die. But in the end, you got a garden. So ever since then, I've been working on my garden. I'm out there hoeing and plowing. Plowing and hoeing. Spreading my seeds. Making hay. Hey. I'm a farmer. Oh yeah, man, it's great. And I love women, man. I love women from all over the world, all different ethnicities. I used to really like older women when I was younger. But what I used to consider older is now my age. When I was 20, I dated a woman who was 40. I was 20. She was 40. She had a child. He was 21. But it was cool. He bought me beer. Good kid, too. We went to the father-son picnic. We won everything. I fell down during the sack race. He picked me up, kept going. Athletic. Good kid, too. Let me borrow $40 to take his mom to dinner. I loved him. Great kid, man. Yeah. When I was 24, I got married to a woman that was 32. I was 24, she was 32. I figured might as well get the first one out of the way. We're dating anyways. I don't want to let her get deported to Canada. Heard that place sucks, you know. And I'm a romantic guy, so I proposed to her at the Eiffel Tower in Vegas. We eloped. Some people think eloping is romantic. Eloping is not romantic. Eloping is what you do when you can't afford cake. He's been there, okay. He's been there. We got married, you know, we got married in Vegas, and everybody should do that at least once. It's a good time. In Vegas, Elvis can marry you, but that costs an extra $200. I didn't want to spend an extra $200 on the wedding. So we got married by a guy in Vegas named the Hip Hop Preacher. He goes by the Hip Hop Preacher. He's really cool the way he does his services because he raps the vows. He came out, he was like, "Can I get an I do? I now pronounce you pimpin' hoe. You can kiss the bitch." So she kissed me. Was married for 2 years, then got a divorce. Married 2 years, then got a divorce. She tried to take me for everything I had. Luckily, half of nothing is still nothing. It was hard, man. I was just starting off as a comedian at the time, so I didn't have a lot of money. And I went kind of crazy after the divorce, and I went homeless. But I wasn't totally homeless because I still had my car, which is cool. You pick a girl up for a date, already got her in your bedroom. Thought we were going to your place. We're here. You hungry? I got gummy bears under the seat. Yeah, man. When you go through a divorce or a nasty breakup, you want your ex to do worse than you. You want them to find a bigger loser than you. You want them to end up sleeping in a tent, under the freeway, with a crackhead. Problem is, my ex, she liked to sleep with comedians. She's a chuckle fucker. Every profession has something like this, you know. Cops got badge bunnies, firemen got hose handlers, truck drivers got lot lizards, farmers got sheep. Right there. I don't know if that's sheep or what, but fuck. Sounds like they're bad. I can't tell, I can't see you, but I've been on the road long enough, I'll take it. Are you a chuckle fucker? I got shirts. Yeah, man. So we get divorced. 8 years later, she gets knocked up by a very famous comedian. All right, really famous dude, knocks her up 8 years later. This is awkward for me. Because the comedy community is small, I might have to run into this guy at one of my shows. That's kind of an awkward conversation. Luckily, I'm a real nice guy, so I'd be cool about it. Hey man, you know that crazy chick you knocked up that's gonna take your money for 18 years? My fault she's in the country. But listen, why don't you take me on the road with you? You know, have me open for you. Because really, I already have. Swine. Beef swine. What's he gonna do, man? So he goes through the divorce, man, you start to lose your trust. Then you lose your trust in relationships with people. That's not good. Makes your future relationships hard. Ever since then, I've had an on-again, off-again relationship, right? On-again, off-again girlfriends. Ever since then, nothing steady, just on-again, off-again. On when you're horny, off when she needs help moving. On when you need to borrow her car, off when it needs oil. On when you take her to your friend's wedding, off when she tries to catch the bouquet and you tackle her. But that drives the people close to you crazy. Me and my girlfriend broke up. Good, she's not right for you. We're back together. Good, I've always liked her. We broke up again. Good, she's a bitch. We're back together. You're a bitch. But you're the only one who listens, Mom. You gotta be on the same page as the person you're with. That's important. You gotta want the same things at the same time, you know? Be on the same page. She wanted a baby. She was planning an unplanned pregnancy. She sent me a text. My period is 23 days late, smiley face. I sent her a text. OMG, who is this? I'm off to Mexico, LOL. See you on the other side of the wall. Catch me if you can. Yeah, man. Wild girl, though. Hard to break up with someone who puts out, you know. We made a sex tape. Well, short film. 3 minutes long, 1 minute setting up the camera, 1 minute sex, 1 minute excuses. I didn't trust her. You gotta have trust in a relationship. Man, when you don't trust, it never works out, man. Fellas, you gotta trust your woman. That's the most important thing. Because you gotta trust. Because if you call her and she doesn't call you right back, you freak out. She hasn't called me in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, that's enough time to suck a dick. It's been an hour and a half, that's 6 dicks. Plus she's got 2 hands. And her feet. Could happen. Dark thoughts, man. Dark thoughts. It's a dark world out there, man. A lot of crime in the world. Somebody stole my bicycle. Yeah, stole my bicycle. That wasn't cool. I left my bicycle on the porch. I came out the next day, my bicycle was gone. But there was another bicycle there. So some dude was riding his bike past my house, was like, hey, I like his bike better than my bike, and traded bikes. Thing is, I liked his bike better than my bike. So the next night, I left my girlfriend on the porch. Barter system. Guys, don't laugh too hard at that. Your girlfriend might leave you on the porch tonight. People steal. Somebody stole my laptop computer. We're addicted to our technology. I learned this because I couldn't function without my computer. I learned an important lesson there. I'd rather somebody steal my girlfriend than steal my computer. You get your computer stolen, costs you thousands of dollars. You get your girlfriend stolen, saves you thousands of dollars. Yeah. Kidding, I don't have a girlfriend with these jokes. Who's gonna put up with this shit? It's kind of dark in here, you know. I play a lot of shows in dark bars. That's very interesting, you know. You meet a girl in a dark bar, you get her number, you see her the next day in the daylight, you give it back. Sorry, baby, I'm off to war. What war? Any war, I'll start one. There's oil somewhere. I want to change the mood a little bit. Can we, I want to tell a heartwarming story. Can we do something with these lights, like, you know, put a spotlight on me and do that, raise them? Yeah, thanks. I was joking, I was totally just messing with you. Now, I'll tell a story, man. This story takes place when I was in high school, okay? My freshman year of high school, I was a terrible student. Not my fault, though. Hard to learn anything when you're never in class. I was either walking to or from the principal's office. I wanted to make sure he was doing his job. You know, give him somebody to yell at. And plus, I like going to the principal's office. The only time I got to see mom and dad together, it was great. So, I was a real skinny kid, really weak kid. I only weighed 106 pounds. So, the principal put me on the wrestling team. Because, see, it's illegal for a school to kill you. But it's perfectly legal for them to have somebody else do it for them. So I joined the wrestling team, and I was what they call a fish, because I was always flopping around on my back. My freshman year, I got pinned by everyone, even the cheerleaders. But those weren't losses. I was terrible, man. But I had this coach who was really great. He gave great motivational speeches. He inspired you. One of the speeches he gave, he said, "Wrestlers who win get girls." Bullshit. Coach should have said, "Wrestlers who lose get a dude's nuts in their face." I've been teabagged more than lifting. So I was terrible at first, but I got better. I wanted to be good, so I trained and I worked hard, and my coach was a great mentor. Mentors are important in your life. My coach, my senior year, I wanted to go to the state wrestling tournament. My coach, he came to my house, he looked at my house, he went into my room, and he said, "Your problem isn't your moves, your problem is your mind. Your mind is cluttered just like your messy room. To be a champion at one thing, you have to be a champion at everything, and that includes cleaning your messy room." I thought, that's a bunch of crap. "Coach, I want to get faster. How do I get faster?" He said, "Clean your room." "Coach, I want to get stronger. How do I get stronger?" He said, "Clean your room." I said, "Coach, I'm trying to be a state wrestling champion, and you're trying to make me a maid at Holiday Inn." But it worked, man. I cleaned out my room. I cleaned out everything. I threw out everything in the house, even my sister. My mom let her in again, but it worked. I got one win away, one match away from going to the state wrestling tournament. But I had to wrestle this guy who was 47-0. He was an animal. Before the match, he came up to me and he said, "I'm going to pin you so fast you'll never get up. Then I'll rip your arm out and shove it up your ass." So I talked trash to him back. I said, "Oh yeah, man? Well, I bet you got dust bunnies under your bed." It worked, man. I got in his head. Shot in, took him down, pinned him. Swine time. was awesome. Yeah, man. So I like crazy women. Any crazy women here tonight? Yeah, okay, good. There's a lot. All right, this might be a productive trip. All right, yeah, there's one. Oh, you're pointing at your friend? You're pointing at your friend? What do you think about this, sir? Is she crazy? Oh, that's your wife there? You don't know if she's crazy? Maybe she is crazy. Where are both your hands at? What's that? Yeah, tell me, she's crazy? You're crazy right here? What's your name? Crazy? Huh? Okay, well, I think you're both a little crazy from the way you just stuttered those words out. I mean, I know North Carolina has an accent, but come on. You're both crazy. All right, what's your name, Mama? Both of you. I had a threesome once. That was a lot of fun. I've always wanted to disappoint two women at the same time. Oh, good, okay. This is a girl I was talking about earlier, 6 dicks, you know? What am I talking? This show was going perfect, and now all of a sudden it got derailed. Okay, well, what can you say? Well, what are your names? That's what we got to get to here. Kathy? That's Kathy? And what's your name?
Her friend.
Even better. Kathy and her friend. Yes. Oh, man. Kathy and her friend. Well, at least you two admit you're crazy, you know? I mean, I don't really think you have to admit that. We can see it coming from a mile away, but at least you admit it, man, you know? I think it's cool, you know? It's like, that's why I want to start meeting my girls at the insane asylum, you know? You walk in, hey, you got any girls being released today? Well, we got Kathy and her friend. Sounds great, I'll pick them up at 6. Tell them to bring all their personalities. I've always dreamed of group sex. This is gonna get wild. Oh, I like it, man. I like crazy women. Yeah. Let's stay out there, man. I met this girl one time. She walked by. I said, hey, girl, what's going on? And I always hit my targets with a smooth opener. We went out. We got some drinks. Dancing was attempted. We go back to my place. I'm thinking this is too good to be true, so I double check for an Adam's apple. No apple, game on. Now, we've known each other for 2 hours. I got a theory about girls that put out in 2 hours. They're my type. They are awesome. Some people call them whores, I call them heroes. Any heroes here tonight? I got shirts. I think we got Kathy and our friend, top runners out right there. That's what I'm thinking. Man, this girl was crazy though. Man, she was crazy. Nuts. She kept yelling, oh yeah, oh give me the big one. Oh, give me the big one. Which made me think someone else was in the room. Are you talking to me? Here, take a flyer. Love crazy women. My last girlfriend was the craziest. She was a thief. She stole things. Now look, I know it's not right to date a thief, but I didn't understand when we first met because she told me I'm a klepto. Well, I got klepto and nympho confused. So I was excited at first. Then my wallet went missing. But she got away with her crimes because of the way she walked. Okay? She moved like a stripper. She stuck her butt out, her chest out, and she'd just sway, sway, sway. Security guards didn't even care. Hey man, is that girl stealing those shoes? Yep. Well, aren't you gonna stop her? Nope. Why not? Look at that ass. That's a nice ass. I'm gonna come back tomorrow, steal some more shit, and get paid $12 an hour. Fuck JCPenney. Klepto, amazing shape too, man. Amazing shape. Only exercise she ever got was stealing, which makes me think she needs to teach a workout video, post it up on YouTube and call it Klepto Cardio. Okay? She comes out. Hey girls, I'm gonna teach you how to be an independent woman. You'll no longer need a man to buy you dinner. You'll be able to steal it on your own. On three, follow me. 1, 2, 3. And we sway, we sway, we sway. We take the M&Ms and we put them away. And we sway, we sway, we sway. Oh, aisle 6, free bread sticks. And we put them away, put them away, put them away. And we sway, we sway, we sway. Oh, aisle 5, cute guy, and he's looking. So we dip. We dip. We dip. And we sway, we sway. Uh-oh, here comes the po-po. So we get away, get away, get away. Klepto cardio. But I'm afraid of Klepto because she owns a gun with a silencer. You never want your ex-girlfriend to own a gun with a silencer, especially when you're on stage talking about her every night. I'm afraid she's going to show up to my place one day in her tightest red dress, knock on the door, I'm going to open it. Why? Because I'm an idiot. We do it one final time. Why? Because crazy people always do it one final time. We finish, she goes snooping around my place. Whose earrings are these? I'm putting them in my purse. Sweat, sweat, sweat. Then she reaches into her purse, she grabs out her gun with her silencer. Oh. As the blood drips out my heart and down my hand, my life flashes before my eyes like a movie. Except McConaughey's playing the role of me. I'm the stand-in in my own near-death experience. I hit the ground. With my final breath, I look up at her and I say, that's a nice ass. Then I see a bright light before me and I hear a familiar voice say, approach. So I go towards the light and I hand God a flyer. And God says, I've seen your comedy show, you're going to hell. But you're gonna like it there because that's where I send the crazy chicks. Kathy and her friend will be there. Before I go, man, I just want to say, man, guys, you guys are great. Get home safe tonight. Have some drinks, but don't drive if you have too much to drink. Please don't do that. Call a friend, call a family member, call Uber. You know, I used to work for Uber. Well, I didn't technically work for Uber. I was driving. I saw these two girls on the sidewalk. I could tell they were looking for a ride, so I pulled up. Are you Uber? Yeah, I'm Uber. Uber horny, hop on in. Now listen, I know that's creepy, but you got to approach. Thank you, North Carolina. All right, you guys ready for your headliner? Okay, you're gonna love this guy. He's been on Comedy Central, MTV. He's got his own podcast called Teach Me I'm Stupid. Give it up for Michael Q.
Hey guys, give it up for Swinehart, guys. Make some noise for Brian Swinehart. It's hilarious. Yes, man, I loved it. Love coming out here. I love coming to this area. I love this neighborhood, especially Durham. You know why? Because this place got some diversity. I like that. Look at this crowd. I like it. That's the way it's supposed to be. I just did a show in Chapel Hill. Oh my God, that place is white. I was driving through there, people were looking at me like, what the hell type of Chinese Mexican is that guy anyway? We better hit him before he multiplies. I know, I got that weird look. I look like Mario Lopez and The Rock had a baby. like it, man. Me and Swine, we travel around a lot doing comedy, and when you leave the country, it's weird because like I'm not used to different cultures, and you leave and you realize a lot of cultures speak multiple languages. Like I was in Canada, and I met a Chinese guy who was speaking fluent French. It tripped me out. I shook him, I was like, call an ambulance, this one's broken. But I do like we got good energy here. I like that. I like it. I've been listening all night long. I like when I came out, I heard this noise. Ladies, let me tell you something. Guys love it when we hear that noise. Because when it's dark out and we hear, it usually means something slutty's about to happen. We treat that noise like a mating call. We're leaving a bar, we hear, like, oh my God, they're drunk, let's go that way. Somebody else bought them drinks, we won. I love seeing you girls on your ladies' night, man, because when girls are on their girls' night out, that's when they start to act more like us dudes, right? They stop caring what happens, they act a little raunchier. You see them walk out of these clubs late at night, they're walking on the bars, a lot of times they take their shoes off, they start walking around the streets barefoot, holding their high heels in their hands. Like, oh my God, I feel so drunk right now. Me too. Hey, I gotta pee. Just pee behind that dumpster back there. You catch a girl squatting behind a dumpster like this. Are you sure no one can see me right now? Her friend's like, no, I'm blocking you. She looks like this. This is so awesome. We should totally get French fries after this. But guys, we're even more disgusting, aren't we? Because we don't let that phase us at all, do we? We see that going on, we're like, dude, check it out. That chick is peeing behind a dumpster. I'm a holler at her, she can't run away right now. Hey, what's up, girl? I got a bathroom in my apartment. It's funny the way things work out, right? Because I don't ever leave the house anymore, but when I was in my early 20s, right, that's when guys love going out dancing, love having fun, right? But that's when we got no business going out, right? Because we got so much testosterone in us, we're always doing dumb things. Like, here's how immature I was when I was 21 years old. When I was 21, if I would go out with my girlfriend and some guy would hit on her in front of me, I'd be the first person to get in that guy's face and start a confrontation. That's so stupid, so immature, right? Like, I know better now. Like, I was out with a girl about 2 weeks ago. We were at a bar. She comes back over to me and she's holding a drink in her hand. I go, where'd you get that drink from? She goes, that guy bought it for me. I was like, what? Can you see if he'll buy me one too? Listen, I'm kind of thirsty right now and there's lots of guys in here. Why don't you go take a few laps? Maybe I can get some food out of this thing too. I don't get jealous anymore. I realize that's a waste of energy. It doesn't make sense to get jealous, guys. But here's the thing, my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, she was only 23 years old. So she was still in that phase of her life where she got jealous over everything. Like, I have a lot of really gorgeous looking female comic friends. And she hated when they came around. She always put them down, calling them skanks. I told her, listen, baby, you shouldn't be jealous of another woman just because she's attractive. You gotta realize something. I'm a grown-ass man. You screw up, I'll fuck one of these ugly girls too. I'm just trying to keep it real. You live your life long enough, you stop caring about that beauty bullshit. You better start working on your personality. There's a whole lot more competition than you had initially anticipated. She's just too arrogant, all right? She's so conceited, all right? I can't stand everything about her was being beautiful, talking about how beautiful she was. And I feel like this, I can't say that we're a society that puts so much value on beauty these days, all right? Because beauty doesn't last, it doesn't matter, it's only temporary. It doesn't, it's not the most important thing. It does not last. Just look at your grandparents, all right? If you didn't know your grandparents, could you tell who was the man and who was the woman? Guys, it does not matter what we look like. Find someone cool to be with and stay with them. Do that. That's all that matters. Matter of fact, you really want to be happy, right? I noticed this, right? You really want to be happy? Find yourself someone significantly less attractive than yourself. Do that. I learned that from girls, right? I've noticed that women have been doing this trick their whole lives. Seriously, guys, I want you to turn and look at that girl you came here with tonight. She's a little bit out of your league, isn't she? That's right, she dated a handsome guy in high school. He broke her heart, now you're here. Handsome guys leave, you stay, you pay for shit. We gotta stop being so obsessed with our looks, man, we do. That's why I can't take it. Every time I meet a new person right now, everyone's so obsessed with being skinny. Every single human being I meet these days is like, I'm vegan, non-gluten, non-GMO, non-dairy, I don't even exhale anymore. Screw that. Listen, ladies, I'm here to tell you this. Forget about these diets, okay? Because I can appreciate thick women. I like women with curves on their body. Skinny girls, you're beautiful too. But they get agitated a little too easily, don't they? It's because you're hungry. Eat something. You don't have energy to smile. You need to eat. You can't even ask a skinny girl what she wants to eat. It'll ruin her whole day. You with a skinny girl, you're like, hey baby, what do you want to get to eat tonight? She's like, food again? Really? What's on my diet? I can have kale, I can have coconut water. Is it Tuesday? I'm allowed to breathe again on Tuesday. Screw that. You with a thick girl, totally different answer. You with a thick girl, you're like, hey baby, so what should we get to eat tonight? She's like, I don't know, but let's think about it over some pie. Yes, let's get some pie, baby. I need a thick girl in my life, man, because I like a nice curvy body, that's my thing. I like a nice thick ass. I like an ass that's so thick, I can put a glass of wine on one cheek, come around, smack the other cheek, and the wine won't spill. It's a Tempur-Pedic ass, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want my girl to be fat, but she should definitely be like one chalupa away. I call these girls avocados because they're the good type of fat. Avocado is right, yeah. The reality is I got the worst eating habits ever. I do. I have the worst diet and I can't stand to be around people on these strict dieting habits. So I feel like I developed a lot of bad eating habits while I worked in the service industry. Round of applause. How many people here ever worked in the service industry before? Make some noise. And you guys know that's a tough gig, right? I've been fired from a lot of restaurants. One time I got fired from this Mexican restaurant called the Olive Garden. You guys ever hear that? We had a delicious ketchup and cheese quesadilla. We called it lasagna. It was so good. But I like to eat fast food. And now you can't even enjoy your fast food. Because you eat fast food now and the healthy people judge you automatically. They look at you like you're the reason for global warming and shit. One time I was leaving McDonald's and one of my healthy friends spotted me leave McDonald's and he had to stop me and have a little mini fast food intervention. He goes, no. Mike, are you seriously still eating that shit? You got any idea what they do to the animals in that food? I go, pfft. I didn't even know they still used real animals. Are you sure that's 99 cents? That's a real cow? How's that even possible? He's a vegan though, and I'm sorry vegans, you guys are the most annoying people alive right now, you really are. We got any vegans in the room? I can always tell when you're here because you smell like anemia. Where you at? It's all right, you're allowed to make fun of vegans, they don't have the blood sugar level to fight back. I don't want to know what's in my food, vegans. That's the problem. Stop telling us all the time. Like my vegan friend told me this. He goes, hey man, why don't you go home and Google natural flavors? Don't do it, guys. I Googled natural flavors. It turns out they literally use a beaver's butt to make the flavor strawberry. And that's not the part that tripped me out either. The part that tripped me out was this. How the hell did someone find out a beaver's ass tastes like strawberry? How the hell did that suggestion come up at work? Hey guys, this weekend I learned how we're gonna save a lot of money on strawberries. We need some beavers. Don't ask me how I know. And
And now that I know what it's made out of, that doesn't stop me from eating it. Now every time I have a strawberry lemonade, I'm like, oh my God, if Peter's ass tastes like strawberry, what's his dick taste like? Pizza? Not everything's gotta be healthy. The healthy people are taking the fun out of everything, they really are. Like there's an organic section in 7-Eleven now. Really, was that really necessary? Organic section in 7-Eleven. These are the people who are choosing to have their dinner at a gas station. I don't think they're concerned with their health. And I don't buy this organic thing, right? I don't know about you guys. I don't buy into it, okay? I just feel like it's a big marketing ploy. Because if you do some research, you find out this. All these companies that make the organic products are the same companies that make the non-organic products, and they're the same exact companies that publish all the information to try to get you to buy more organic products. So which one is it? Either you just admitted to selling poison, in which case stop, or you're lying about the organic thing. So I don't know what to believe. So I conducted my own independent study, and this was my conclusion. You guys remember somebody named Jack LaLanne? If you don't know Jack LaLanne's the guy that started the whole health craze. He invented the juicer, invented the fitness industry, he was a vegetarian, he lived a completely clean, healthy life. He died a few years back at 96 years old. It's old. Pretty old, right? You guys remember somebody named Chuck Berry? If you don't know Chuck Berry was the founder of rock and roll. He used to be addicted to heroin. He drank, smoked, did drugs. He died a few years back as well, but at 93 years old. If all your savings an extra 3 years with your healthy living bullshit. Screw your diets, let's get this party started. Matter of fact, 3 years, that's it. That's 36 months. That's a Toyota Camry lease. I could do with one less of those in my lifetime. You know what? Let me know this, all right? I'm trying to maximize my happiness. Let me know how many drugs can I take to get my life down to like 75. I want above Prince's death, but below Keith Richards. What can I take to be in that gray area? I actually am trying to be healthier these days, and I've been even eating a lot of avocados, and I found out this. Did you know that when you buy avocados, you're actually supporting the drug trade? What? That's true, because all the avocado farms in Mexico are owned by the drug cartel. When I found that out, that was like finding out that prostitutes also grant wishes. Just when I thought the service you provided couldn't get any better. You mean to tell me you sell drugs and avocado? This whole time I thought there was guns in the trunk. There's guacamole back there? My cousin that I haven't seen in a while, she actually just sent me a message on Instagram. She DM'd me, and I haven't heard from her, and she was asking me for money. And I sent her money, and my sister hits me up and goes, yo, Heidi's asking the family for money, but she's gonna use it to buy drugs. And right then, I stopped the payment immediately, because I knew I could get them for cheaper. It's his family, man, we gotta pass on the discount. I actually don't do drugs, all right? I tried cocaine once in my life. Is this not the worst drug ever invented? Makes girls horny, gives guys erectile dysfunction. What the fuck? No one had warned me about this. The girl I was with was like, oh my God, why aren't you having sex with me right now? I go, have sex with you. I'm busy telling you about the time I won the 7th grade creative writing contest. I knew drugs weren't for me the first time I ever tried smoking weed. I'll never forget it. I'm sitting down with my boys. They were passing a joint around, okay? They get baked out of their face. It gets to me and has no effect. I'm like, guys, this can only mean one thing. I'm already stupid. Talk to me slow from here on out. I do like we got a good crowd here, man. I like this. We've been doing a lot of shows lately, and we feel out different audiences, different areas. I mean, sometimes you get these really sensitive crowds. And you should never ever be sensitive at a comedy show, because we're just making jokes up here. We don't mean anything by it. but sometimes we get these really sensitive audiences. Like I was just up in Seattle, and they're known for the sensitive audiences, and there was a brown couple in the front row, and I figured they're brown, I'm brown. I'm gonna try to guess their nationality. That's not as easy as you would think. I go, so you guys are Indian, huh? They're like, oh no, they got really offended. We're not Indian, we're Pakistani. I go, my bad. How am I supposed to know the difference for next time so I don't make that same mistake again? They go, they're tech support and we are doctors. I'm like, my bad, Dr. Patel, I'll never make that mistake again. I do like we got different age ranges in here, dude. I like that, man. We do that. I see that. I used to be at the baby boomers in the house. No one ever shouts out the baby boomers. Where you at, baby boomers? All right, it's a little bit weak, but I get it. It's been a rough life. Don't worry, it'll all be over soon. I love how the millennials in here are like, what's a baby boomer? That's everybody here that's wearing a watch. Take a look around. In the corporate world, and that's why it didn't work out for me, okay? Because I feel like there's a big generation disconnect, okay? Like, I think it even starts with it. Baby boomers got a different concept of time, you know? Like, baby boomers are never on time. They're early. Millennials aren't on time either. We're on the way. I'll be 5 minutes. That means I just got in the shower. I'm down the road. I just got in my car. I'm looking for a spot. I'm lost. And now you get into work, and now they're pissed at you. You came in late. And when baby boomers are mad at you, what they do is they'll write you a note. Detailing every little thing you just did wrong. And then they'll leave that note somewhere where you'll find it. But here's where they screw up. They always write the note in cursive. And nobody under the age of 35 knows how to read cursive. We find that note, we're like, oh my God, what the hell is this? It's some sort of hieroglyphics from the 60s. Check the bathroom, I think George is in trouble. And then it's back to Facebook. But here's what I want to know from the baby boomers, now that I got your attention, right? Because I was always curious about this, right? Guys, what's up with all the Hawaiian shirts? How does every middle-aged man know to wear that same Hawaiian shirt? Where do you guys get that from? Forever 51? AARP apparel, how do you know? I'm just being a hater. I'm being a hater because I'm getting old myself and I'm in denial about it, guys. I am. Like, I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror and I try to give my hairline a pep talk. I'm like, hang in there, guys. I just need 10 more years at it. Can you just hang on? I'm paranoid over losing my hair. I take every single thing there is possible to keep the hair in my head. I'm on Rogan, I'm on Papisha, I take some palmetto, I take biotin, I wash my hair with niacin. I pray to Jesus, I pray to Muhammad, I pray to Apollo, I pray to Zeus. I won't pray to Buddha though. He's bald. I even read this online that you can't sleep on one area of your head because if you sleep on that one area, it starts to go thin after a while. So now at night, I just rotate all night long. I look like one of those hot dogs on that track at 7-Eleven. I gave up with some stuff though, because I realized you can't prevent everything from leaving your body. Like for the first time in my life, I need glasses. And this is what I noticed. When one of your senses leaves you, your other senses start to work harder to try to make up for it. So I caught myself doing this. I don't know if you guys have ever done this before. I was lost while I was driving. I couldn't see where I was going. I caught myself turning down the radio to see where I was going. Like the hearing was a problem the entire time. Shut the hell up, man. I got no idea where we are. Just shut the hell up. And this gets even worse as you get older, right? Because I caught my grandma doing this, and the next time you see an old person lost, watch what they do. Because when old people are lost, not only do they turn down the radio, they'll start to open up their mouths. Like they're trying to taste where they're going. Yep, tastes like shit. We're in Smithfield. Pull over. They're from Smithfield. I think the truth is this, right? I'm this way because I think I'm just jealous of children right now. I really am, man. Because I don't care what's going on in the world. I feel like this is the best time in history to be a kid. It really is. Because let me ask this question. How many people in here got an 80s birthday? Who was born in the 80s? Make some noise. You hear those claps? That was the last decade to get their asses beat. It does not happen anymore, and I am jealous over it. Because I had strict parents. They were really strict. Because here's the thing. My mom was from a third world country. And my dad was from the Bronx. So both my parents are from third world countries. So there was a different level of tolerance in my household. Like to this day, I still won't curse in front of my mom and dad because I had my mouth washed out with soap and water so many times. I can tell you guys the different flavors of Dove, Dial, Irish Spring. I was eating Tide Pods before it was cool, guys. So I watch kids get away with murder. I'm like, they got no idea how good they got it. Like, I saw this. I was with my friend and he was with his son. They're walking around. And they were arguing with each other, and finally his son turns to him and goes, "All right, just shut up, Dad, or I will smack you." I was like, "What? You want me to hit him for you?" When I was a kid, if I said that to my dad, all of our cell phones would go off at the same time and be like, "Amber Alert. A missing child has just been reported." Kids are softer these days, they just are. Like, I'm sorry, if you were born in the 2000s, you're softer than everybody else in the room, okay? You just are. It's just, kids born in the 2000s got some stuff that I didn't even know was a real thing when I was growing up. Like, I got a friend right now, he's 19 years old. He told me he started seeing a therapist because he suffered from verbal abuse. You pussy! We didn't have verbal abuse when I was a kid. We called that constructive feedback. We couldn't hear it anyway. Our ears were too busy ringing from getting smacked around all day. These kids are soft. My dad didn't hug me enough. You met your father? You are spoiled. And I get that it's a different world. My friend was explaining to me this. He goes, "Hey man, you don't understand. It's completely different these days. Kids are not raised the same way me and you were raised." And I can appreciate that, because I don't have any children of my own yet. And when I do have kids, I don't even know